Hello my crafty peeps, it's Cheyenne from ecdesignstudios.com. I've got a Thankful Thursday project for you, so we're going to be making a thank you card. We're going to be using the new Lift Me Up bundle from the Occasions 2017 catalog. It's also a great time because we've got celebration running from January 4th to, I believe it's March 31st, so for every $50 that you spend, you qualify for one celebration product, and you get to pick, from the brochure. So the Lift Me Up bundle is a good way to get you started towards that goal. I believe there's 45 and change for this bundle, so it comes with the stamp set and the die cuts, the thinlits, the framelits, and all of that, so it all goes together. And some of these will actually coordinate with the Carousel birthday stamp set as well, some of the framelits. So that's fun. Alright, difference between a framelit and a thinlit. Framelits are the frame. Thinlits are the more intricate. They have metal all throughout. So anyway, that was just a fun little bit of knowledge. So we're going to be using a couple of the dies. We will be using the Thanks for Lifting Me Up sentiment, but that's all we're going to be using for stamping today. I know, it's crazy, right? But the dies, we're going to be using this gorgeous, intricate hot air balloon. Like, that's just, and you'll notice that these, you can cut them out of different papers or whatever, and they are actually meant to layer behind this framelit, so you can get a lot of different fun effects with that. So that's a nice little thing. We've also got, I pulled out every single cloud there is because we're going to be doing a fun little technique with those. I'm going to try to put those off to the side so I don't lose them. Alright, ink colors we're going to be using. Basic Black Archival for our sentiment. We're going to be doing some ink blending with Wisteria Wonder, Marina Mist, and Blushing Bride. These are all part of the Subtles collection, so they're more pastel. I thought about doing this with the Brights, with like Melon Mambo and Tempting Turquoise and Rich Razzleberry, but I thought, you know what, let's keep it calm today. Just a little calm. Not much. We ain't gonna go crazy. Well, yeah, we are. But anyway, you're gonna need a sponge brayer for that too. I think this is the best way to use our Stampin' Pads to do the ombre technique that I'm going to show you. Going to be needing the fine tip glue pen to glue down this intricate little buddy there, and some dimensionals, or the foam adhesive strips, like whichever you have on hand, whichever you want to use. I like to save my foam strips for my shaker cards, so we'll leave those off to the side. Oh, I just got an idea to use this set for a shaker card. It's amazing. I may or may not forget it by the time I'm done with the video. Alright, so I've got very vanilla piece of cardstock cut at 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2 for a top folding card, and I used my Stampin' Trimmer to do this. Oh, I'm actually going to go ahead and fold it. So now you can, I don't know how well you can see, when you score something, you've got an indent and an outdent. I'm sure there's other names for it, but that's what I'm going to go with. Now normally when we score, we fold, like where it's going in, we'll just go ahead and fold on that. I'm going to flip it over, so where it's starting to pop out a little bit, I'm going to make that the inside of the card. I saw this on another demonstrator do this on all of her score lines, and she said that it reduces the risk of it tearing because you're not continuing to push the fibers in the same direction. So, you pop them out, but then you pop them back in when you fold it too. And I do feel like my seams are a lot nicer when I do it that way. My poor little bone folder. I'm going to have to get an actual Stampin' Up one soon. It's been with me for so long. It's like a dear friend. But it'll be alright. Alright. We're also going to need, we're going to be doing our ink blending. This is a piece of Whisper White. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 right now, but we will be cutting it down to 4 by 5 1/4, but I want to do the ink blending first. And you're going to need a piece of scrap basic black paper. You want to make sure it's at least, let me get my measurement right, 3 1/4 by 4, so it'll fit our little balloon buddy here. Alright, now since this is going to be cut, I'm just going to take all of these and put those all to the side. so that we don't lose them. Fingers crossed. All right, let's get our inks out. Now, this may look like it's colored in real red, but it's not. It's just stained. So it's nice and clean. When you rub it, there's no other transfer. So I'm going to start, I want to kind of do like a sunset sort of feel. So at the bottom, I want it to be like pink going to like a more blue sky color into a purple, more night sky color. So, or I suppose it could be early morning too. I mean, it's all up to you and your imagination. So I'm just, when you do it, I'm pushing down, lifting up, and doing it that way. If you just go back and forth, you're only getting you're not getting it all over the sponge. So now I'm just going to go back and forth over it until I get what I want. And as the ink is not so much on, I am going to go up because I do want a fairly nice blend going on. And you just keep continuing to do this until you get a nice blend, until you get the depth of color that you're wanting. And then you're going to kind of do the same thing with the next color as well. So you're going to kind of start out like right here is going to be like the deepest part of the color, and then as you know, you don't have as much ink on the sponge, you're going to kind of work it back and forth so you can get a nice subtleness. I'm actually going to go this way too. More ways that you can hit it, the less, you know, funky lines you're going to have, though it's not an exact science. You will get, you know, a little bit, but you just keep working it until you're happy. And I'm happy with the blush. I am happy with the Blushing Bride. Now I'm going to move on to Marina Mist. So I'm just going to make sure I don't have a whole lot going on. Nope, we're all good with that. So, oh look, I've got glitter in my Marina Mist. It happens, which means that there's going to be glitter on this card too. I'm okay with that, because who doesn't like glitter? Oh, alright, I'm just going to kind of go there. I'm doing light pressure at first. That's another trick. You can kind of adjust your pressure too, to adjust how much you're depositing it down onto it. Alright, I'm just going to revisit my Blushing Bride just a little bit. Alright, now we're going to go into our Wisteria Wonder. This is one of my favorite colors, I have to say. I'm just going to load that up. Watch our sponge brayer turn a bunch of different colors. And now I'm just going to start and we're going to go. Get a little bit more of the Marina Mist. Get a nice good blend going on. Alright, and I'm pretty happy with this. I think it will work. Ooh, Marina Mist is starting to pop off. Okay, now that we have this, you can see it's all done. Like, it is a little stripe in it and everything, but it's going to be alright. It's going to be alright. So, put aside your sponge brayer. All you have to do is rinse this out with some soap and water and let it air dry, and you'll be good to go. Now, I'm also going to go ahead and wipe off my hands, because this can be a little bit messy, and chances are you're going to have ink on them. So this is just a baby wipe. Don't want to start transferring my fingerprints everywhere. Alright, let me grab my Big Shot, and then we're going to be doing all of our big shotting. Okay, so for those of you who have ordered the Big Shot since the annual catalog came out in June or July, you get the thin die adapter. If you've got one of the old ones, you've got one of these plates, and you just use this whole thing. Actually, I think that's what I'm going to do, because it's all together. So there we go. Got my base plate. The old one, if you're using the the new one, the Big Shot platform, thin die adapter, then your precision base plate, and then your cardstock, your thinlet, your framelit, your cutting plate, and then you run it through. Ooh, gets a little tight at times. There we go. And I'm used to having it go this way and not this way. So, okay. And now let's see what we got. All right, there we go. That popped out beautifully. Like, I was a little worried that it might not pop out quite nice. Now I'm going to get the die brush and sponge and show you how. Okay, so here we have, you get the die brush, you get this little sponge. So all you're going to do is take your die cut, and I'm actually going to pop it back over this because you kind of want it to be part of the die. And then you're just going to take this and you're just going to run it through, and it's going to pop out most, if not all, of those inside pieces for you. Oh, alright, maybe this is where, when it like actually stays in the die, it's kind of a good thing because you can really go at this without having to worry about damaging your cardstock. It just pokes through all the holes. If you don't have this, you can use like a little paper piercer, anything with a little thin, fine tip, which you still might have to go through and pop out some of the pieces. But you see, there we go. All the pieces are out, just like that, without actually having to push through all of them. And then, you know, all the pieces stay on the sponge, and you can just knock that off over into the trash. Okay, let's bring our Big Shot back in and finish what we're doing. Okay, get that so you can see it. So I'm still using the precision base plate because it's here. Let's take this piece, our ink blended piece, and we are going to start popping our clouds onto it so that we have some cut out little cloud buddies. Alright, I'm liking that setup. Now I'm going to just pop on the cutting plate and run it through. There we go. We're done with our Big Shot. Place that off to the side for now. Get our little pieces. Now, these little clouds, you can absolutely use them on another project, so don't get rid of them. Pop them aside. I've got a couple little baskets going of, you know, extra pieces and whatnot. Alright, all of that's aside. Pop these out, and there we go. Isn't that just so cute? But wait, there's more. So let's go ahead and cut this down to the 4 by 5 1/4. There we go. All right, this is gonna be so cute. All right, thinking I'm gonna want my little, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna use the fine tip glue. I think I'm going to figure out some way to pop this up. So there might be a whole lot of intricate little cutting involved, maybe, possibly. I don't know, we'll see. Let's go ahead and get our stamping done. So we've got our basic black, our Thanks for Lifting Me Up. Make sure I'm gonna have this the right way. Stamping it upside down would not be good. And I'm just going to pop that right there. And there we go. Et voila. Use my little Stampin' Mist and Stampin' Scrub to clean it off. Put that away, because nothing good will happen if I get black ink everywhere. Let's get our card base in here. Now this we are going to raise up. So, something else that you could do if you wanted a little shimmer is to take your Wink of Stella pen and, go all over it. That'll give you a nice little shimmer. It can also help to maybe blend in your blending a little bit more, make it a little bit more seamless. Something to. Alright, so it turns out my memory card got full, so I had to go and clear up some space so we can continue this. So, alright, we've got our very vanilla card base. We've got our ink blended and die cut and sentiment stamped piece. Now we are going to pop some dimensionals on the back side of this piece so it'll actually pop up. So I'm wanting one in each corner, and I'm wanting to space them kind of around where the clouds are, because I want to make sure that those are raised, because I want that visual depth and dimension. I'm going to go ahead and add one more there too, just to make sure that it's popped up well enough. And then pop off the paper backings. I do find that having a nail definitely helps with this, but if you've got artificial or shellacked or dipped nails, anything that's building up a lot of layer on your nail, I find that they not as effective for this technique. Okay, again, we're going to make sure that we've got everything going in the direction that we want it to, and then we're just going to pop it on. There we go. Like, I mean, that's cute just as it is. Switch out different sentiments, and that's like really adorable. You could also take, die cut these in different colors and pop those up too if you want, or leave them down, whatever. Do something like, oh, can you imagine this over dazzling diamond glimmer paper? Like, that would be pretty awesome. You know what? I'm going to lower you guys down. You seem to be up awful high. So come on down to me. Come back down. Come on. You can do it. All right, there we go. Kind of a rough landing there, right? Well, you're still practicing. It's okay. So, all right. There we go. Get some behind the scenes real life footage. All right. Now to decide whether or not I want this popped up or not. Hey, you're not allowed here. Get out of here. You're see-through bit. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I think I need that to be popped up too. So now we are going to be doing some really tiny, precise work. So what I'm going to be doing is taking the edges of your dimensionals, and I'm going to cut down teeny tiny pieces that will actually fit behind some of the bigger spots back here. So I'm just going to speed along this process a little bit. Alright, so we just got just a few little pieces. We don't have a whole lot of choice with that. And yeah, so I'm just going to take, I think I want it to kind of just be like, just like that, just like so. Be just a little bit popped up. Alright, that one in the middle there. That's just over cloud. There's no point in having that one there after all. Okay, now I'm going to very delicately, there's a little bit kind of sticking out at the bottom. I'm going to try to just nip that off, maybe, possibly. Tuck it under. Worst case scenario, we are going to color it black. So let me get my basic black Stampin' Up marker. I'm just going to pop some color over that. And then it will suddenly be invisible. Isn't that a fun little thing? Okay, so you could by all means just go ahead and use your fine tip glue pen and get that on there. I wanted that extra little dimension to it, so it's raised up a bit. But isn't that such a fun card? And you know, it looks simple, but I mean, you can make this into whatever you want. Pick whatever colors you want. Just keep in mind your color theory, because some colors, when you blend them together, they make, you know, brown, like, you know, the opposites on the color wheel. So if you've got red and green, there's going to be brown in the middle. Blue and orange, there will be brown in the middle. Violet and yellow, brown in the middle. So just keep that in mind. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please go ahead and give that thumbs up. There we go. Like, subscribe. Feel free to leave comments. I love getting your feedback and, you know, hearing your thoughts and everything. It's really great. If you're already a subscriber, it's so wonderful to see you back. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for putting up with my crazy. If you have any questions, want to see a specific Stampin' Up! Product demo, or are interested in hosting a virtual party, feel free to contact me or leave a comment. The best way to contact me for a virtual party is through my Stampin' Up! Site. So it's ecdesignstudios.stampinup.net. Link to that is below. There's a whole little contact form for you to fill out that like really gets us on the same page and can really identify what it is that you're looking for and wanting. PDFs of all current Stampin' Up! Catalogs can be found on my website. The occasions and celebration starts January 4th, so I'm thinking about making the PDFs live on my website January 3rd, so you get a little bit of a sneak peek. So head on over there and check that out. If you want your own copies of these catalogs so that you can hold them in your hand and love them and pet them and, you know, all that fun little stuff that us crafters do, all you have to do is place an order with me. Within the last 6 months, I will send you copies of the catalogs for free. Oh, that's it for this tutorial. Until next time, happy crafting. Bye.